What is going on, everyone? It is the WaveMage here, and I am back at it with another video focusing on Marvel Rivals. Now, in case you don't know, at this point, it has been a while since I have last posted a video here on this channel. In fact, it has been since 18 days. Okay, it has been around 18 or so days last time I checked recently since I have last posted on this channel, in which it may have seemed like the channel is dead, but at the same time, it's really me just being on a mission, okay? I've been playing more Marvel Rivals off camera when I'm not busy creating content and stuff like that. And so therefore, I have been keeping myself mighty occupied for the most part while I was away from YouTube for a while. But I'm back now. And on top of that, happy belated New Year's. By the way, I hope everybody is having a great 2026 so far. I hope everyone's year is off to a good start. You know what I'm saying? Mine's is off to a decent start. You know, not much has changed yet, but I'm hoping this year can really be better than it was before last year and the year before that, and so on and so forth. But now, I have a pretty big topic to discuss when it comes to this game in particular, okay? Tomorrow, if you guys don't know, in case some of you have been living under a rock, that is, Season 6 is about to drop tomorrow, starting Friday morning, I believe, around sometime early in the morning, like 3 a.m. or 4 a.m.-ish, stuff like that. That's when the patch is supposed to come out tomorrow, on top of some patch notes with some balanced tweaking with the gameplay mechanics and who gets to be nerfed here and who gets to be buffed there, because season 5.5, at least in my opinion, has been somewhat hit or miss. I can understand why there have been some changes with the game thus far gameplay wise, but even then it didn't really feel like much has changed unless I'm tripping, you know what I'm saying? So it could be really me just bluffing and all that stuff. But for the most part, Season 5.5, at least as of late, has really been more or less the same thing, right? Besides, it's been the second half of Season 5, which is, quite obvious. Granted, it is called Season 5.5, but that's besides the point, you know what I mean? Season 6, okay? Not only do we have that coming out, but on top of that, we have one of the most highly anticipated characters, at least in my opinion, coming to Marvel Rivals, and that is yours truly, the Merc with the Mouth, aka Deadpool. Yes, Deadpool, the man himself, is officially coming to Marvel Rivals tomorrow. I have been patiently waiting for this dude to drop. In fact, he was one of the few characters that I was hoping would come out in this game one way or another. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was hoping that somebody like him would appear in this game as a character, because given the diverse roster that this game has, as far as the amount of characters it has and what kind of characters have been introduced in this game thus far, I feel like Deadpool could be a huge addition to the game's roster, in my opinion. And so from what I've seen gameplay wise, like, I have seen his trailer like off camera and stuff like that, so I have seen his gameplay, I have seen the stuff he can do and the abilities that he uses and stuff like that. And let's just say he is like the jack of all trades, okay? Like, who would have thought this dude Deadpool, of all people, Deadpool would have not one, not two, but all three roles to himself. Apparently, from what I've heard, before he was even shown, like, with the gameplay and stuff like that, before this gameplay trailer came out recently, people have been making tons of rumors and speculations saying that, oh, Deadpool could be a duelist, or Deadpool could be a tank, he could be a support. Like, everybody have been making so many rumors up to a certain point to where it feels like, yo, I cannot even trust these people at times, because they have been saying a whole bunch of stuff left and right. I can't really tell who to trust with these rumors and stuff like that. So I have been trying to distance myself away from the leaks and stuff like that, and which is a great move on my part, so props to myself for that one, right? But lately, they have been putting this question mark on Deadpool's role, to where people can really tell which role he is going to fulfill in this game when it comes out. And then it wasn't until later on, like yesterday, I believe, or the day before, recently, his trailer, like I said, his gameplay trailer came out, and I have seen that he has been confirmed to fill all three roles, which is completely a rare feat for a game like this, Marvel Rivals. And I can somehow understand why they did it. And if I'm not mistaken, my assumption is this: they are probably giving him three specific roles, all of them, to Deadpool, strictly because of the character's nature. He is a fourth wall breaking character. He's pretty much a troll within the Marvel Marvel Universe. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. So therefore, I can somehow see them really trying to be acting all meta and self-aware to where they literally wanted to play in on the joke. Like I said, due to the character's nature, he is pretty much a jokester of all things, okay? So in the back of my head, I figured, okay, I think I see why they wanted to go with this direction. I'm assuming, again, this is just my assumption, they wanted to be so self-aware with the meta to where they wanted to test people's reactions and see what we think about Deadpool's supposed role in the game. You know what I'm saying? So they were pretty much playing in on the joke, like I said, which completely makes sense in my opinion if you ask me. But regardless of the case, Deadpool in Marvel Rivals, I feel like this could be a game changer or a game breaker, and here is what I mean, okay? This particular addition to the game could either make or break the game, which is the topic of this video, right? This is the sole reason why I even planned on making this video in the first place. We have seen time and time again that certain characters were supposed to save the game to where they either have done that job correctly or it went the other way around, as in breaking the game to where it made people feel so uncertain about the game's future. And right now, since we are officially in 2026, Deadpool, my boy, you have one job, okay? You have one job. Make the first impression count, because I feel like when it comes to new characters that are getting added into Marvel Rivals, I feel like first impressions 9 times out of 10 do matter, okay? And to be quite fair, some characters have made some pretty valuable first impressions quite often. You know, we have seen that with Emma Frost here, or Daredevil, or Angela, or Gambit, or Rogue, so on and so forth. However, not every character makes that first impression last long, okay? Because it really all depends on what the current state the game would be in at that point. You know what I'm saying? So I just pray deep down that Deadpool could be at least a balanced character to where he isn't too buffed or too nerfed or too overpowered day one, you know. But then again, we'll never know, because we can never tell exactly what these devs are going to do behind the scenes with some of these characters. You know, they could really go off and just go ham with this character and just make that dude so overpowered that nobody would even dare touch him. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you have Deadpool at a tank. Like, imagine how many people would choose Deadpool as a tank day one when this dude drops tomorrow, okay? That would be an interesting sight to see, because I guarantee you, well, not 100% guaranteed, but I can easily bet that certain folks who would use Deadpool as a tank, they're gonna go crazy. Okay, given the meta that the game is in right now, they are going to go crazy with Deadpool being picked as a tank, to the point where they would just go off and fill that role like crazy, you know, to the point where they might insta-lock on this dude. It could really go one way or the other, is basically what I'm saying. But anyways, as usual, those are just my 2 cents on the matter. However, if you guys did enjoy this mini rant or discussion video, whatever you want to call it, hit the like button. It would really help me out a ton, especially on this channel, given that I'm a small creator and all that. And also, if you are new to this channel, please do not forget to hit that subscribe button and turn on those post notifications so you don't miss a single video every time I post content on here. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, since I am now back on Marvel Rivals for the time being, be sure to stay tuned for content when Season 6 drops tomorrow. If not, I'll be on here posting content the next day. I might even try out Deadpool in the match here and there. We'll see what happens eventually. So until then, I'll see you guys on the flip side. Be safe, take care, and stay locked in as always. Peace.